All right, all right, all right. Welcome to another episode of After Dark with Shawn Cornelius, the romantic funny man. It's good to see everybody. I'm glad you're out there watching the show and tuned in and ready for a hot one. This is going to be a hot, interesting, great show, and we're going to have a good time because I got my buddy from Shaw University, Lyndon Gunning, coming in real soon. He's in the back waiting. I just want to say thank you to BronxNet for to airing the show, and also for FiOS. And if you're watching channel 68, or if you're checking us out, FiOS 2138 on. So we're just ready to do our thing. We're so ready, and I'm ready, and it's a wonderful situation. So Lyndon is sitting in the back, and he's waiting to come on. And so we're gonna have a great time. We're gonna talk about Shawn University. We're gonna talk about the movie Whatever It Takes When Blood Runs Cold. We're gonna talk about what he's been doing and his life, and we'll in the second half of the show we'll get into his married life. He's a married man, so he knows we should breeze right on through this show with no problem. So we're gonna have a good time, and you will enjoy sitting back talking with Lyndon and myself, and we're gonna have some fun. So are you ready? All right, tighten up. Coming to the stage, this man started off. He started off as an extra, and he made his way into one of the key roles in the movie. And he also did some other work, some other acting work, and he's interested in acting. So this is a learning course as well for him. But I know him well from Shaw University, and we both go back many years, and we're just gonna have a good time. So enjoy. Welcome him to the show, Mr. Lyndon Gunning. Uh, how you doing there, brother?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Things are all right. Things okay. Thanks for joining me tonight, and I look forward to having a good time with you on the show.
All right. So am I. So am I. Because I heard you got some tricks up your sleeve. So I got to be careful what I answer, what I say yes and no to.
Nah. This is going to be one of those easy shows. You can kick back, relax, enjoy yourself, answer me straightforward, and it's just a good time. We're gonna have a good time.
All right. I'm with it.
All right, so let's get into this really quickly, and you can start off by telling the people who you are, your name, and where you're originally from, and things like that. Some of the personal business that you can tell them and let them know about yourself and your dog.
Okay. Oh, I guess you can't hear me in the background.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah. So my name is Lyndon. Originally from Brooklyn, New York. I now reside in New Jersey. I've known Sean for well over 35 years. We both met at Shaw University as students in college. We sort of ran in the same circles. My roommate was a close friend of his, and we all just used to link up and do what we do. So, like you said, I have a role in his latest movie, Whatever It Takes When Blood Runs Cold. I'm also trying to get into the cooking world, so I have a little spinoff for my role in the movie. I was Detective Gunn in the movie, so the spinoff for my cooking. So the angle that I'm coming with is cooking with a gun, and a lot of people was like, oh, "Yeah, exactly, right, cooking with a gun." It
Right.
was like, you sure you want to make that, your thing?" And I'm like, "Yeah, if you." My last name is Gunning, so I was Detective Gunn in the movie. So now I'm Chef Gunn, or cooking with a gun.
Right.
And
Right.
so far, I've got some good reviews on Facebook, and I'm just trying to do my thing, man. My career is I am a state certified substance abuse counselor. I work with a lot of clients that are fighting addiction to substances and alcohol. Also work with kids per diem, kids with behavioral problems and or developmental disabilities. That can be very challenging because sometimes, their parents give them to me to get them right, And I'll be
Right,
looking at
right,
them like, lucky
right.
I'm representing the state of New Jersey because I be wanting to backslap one of them real quick. That's the era I grew up from. You talk back, you got backslap.
Right.
But can't do that
Yeah.
nowadays. The parents is going
Yeah.
to jail left and right. So they bring the professional in pretty much to try to get them right. And they're not listening to their parents. They definitely ain't listening to me. So,
Right.
but so other than that, just trying to get into this acting world a little bit. Sort of riding the coattail of my man Shawn Cornelius because he's done his thing on various levels, and I'm hoping that he can find some more opportunities, some more roles for me to hone my skills, go from there.
Right. So you've done a few. Where you're originally from where? You're originally from?
Originally from East Flatbush, Brooklyn, New York.
Right. I thought you were from Brooklyn. Okay.
My
And
my parents, yeah. What I was going to say was my parents is funny. My mother's from Cuba originally, and my father's Trinidadian. So yeah, I'm pretty much what you call a mutt in a sense.
right,
You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right. And you ended up at Shaw University down in Raleigh, North Carolina, and that's where we met. And James Finley, obviously, want to give him a shout out real quick, and some other folks will mention on as we go through this. Um, but we went through Shaw. We graduated from Shaw, and ended up together doing. Well, I was doing a movie, whatever it takes. I've had some of the other actors on, but what kind of sparked you wanting to get into acting after so long? Because you started off as just walking on the set, being hanging out, wanting to help out. What got you into the thought process of the acting bug?
Well, I'll be honest with you, just being on the set, seeing the way the different roles that people play, and I guess I got bit by that acting bug. And I came out strictly for support. Sean is my man for a while, and I just wanted to make sure that whatever he needed, whatever I could contribute to help his idea come to fruition, I wanted to be there for him. So, but being there, I'm like, okay. Sometimes I crack jokes, and sometimes I think I'm funny, or so I go into roles from time to time. So I sort of like actually made myself a role in his movie. Like I said, I'm supposed to be extra. I'm supposed to be walking down the street,
Yeah, that's
on
all
my
you're
phone
supposed to be
or
doing.
just
Yes,
standing at
yes.
crime scene, like And it's so funny because one scene I was just standing there and it was like a pregnant pause, and I inserted a joke real quick, and it worked. And then Sean was like, okay, hold up. I think I'm gonna write some stuff for you, give you a couple of speaking roles or whatever. So of course I'm good with that because acting bug, I got a little bite on my arm, the acting bug bit me. So I'm like, okay, whatever
Right.
you got for me, I'm gonna take it and run with
Right.
it.
Right.
you know. And just one thing led to another. Some people dropped out of the film, so he had a spot for me, and we were able to just put something together that worked for both of us, man. I really enjoyed it because it felt like I was part of something and helping his idea,
Yeah. Yeah.
be put together. I really put myself in a position where I can benefit from what he was doing.
Yeah, and well, you brought something along to the project, and that's definitely what we needed for the project. You brought something into it, so I was still writing as I was going, and for me, a great director always does that. You still continue to expand your script as you're going, and with the personnel. So when you first came in as just a walk on and you were just in place, and then it just kind of grew into another thing, and next thing you know, you were detective, you were gun, you Officer Gun. Uh, how was it? Because was that your first role acting?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, like an actual film, on a set and just getting the whole experience. That was definitely the first time for me. But I'll be honest with you. I grew to like being part of the movie and being the camaraderie on the set, things like that. And I felt like, even like, okay, at a later age in life or whatever, like I said, I have a career as a substance abuse counselor, but we always need something that we can fall back on. We always need something after retirement you might want to get into. I actually was thinking about doing voiceovers because, as you can hear my raspy voice, I
Right,
got one of
right.
those voices. If I call somebody and I try to play with them on the phone, like a prank call, they be like, "Yo, stop, okay? You the only one with this voice." So, you
Yeah.
know,
Okay. And then yeah, we put you in the role. You came on. You were doing some extra work, and you came on in as Officer Gunn. And Officer Gunn expanded. We had some expanding roles in that movie. So Officer Gunn's role expanded, and I had no problem writing extra stuff for that worked in the film, and you were a part of that. So what did you think about? Well, I know what you thought because you wanted to do more acting stuff afterwards. What did you actually think of watching yourself on the big screen when you were sitting there on 42nd Street watching it?
it was cool to see me myself on the big screen. You know, it's just like if you're getting dressed for work, you know what your outfit looks like, but then you always want to take that last look in the mirror to make sure everything is on point. So being part of the movie, filming the movie, and then actually seeing the end result of how everything came together. Now, I can say at first I was a little upset because some of my starring roles in the movie got cut. And what did you say in the acting world? Left on the
On the
left
cutting
on the
on the
shooting
cutting
floor,
room
whatever,
floor, on the
ending.
cutting room
On the,
floor. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. So he lucky I wasn't there because I would have been like sweeping it up, trying to put together my own movie.
yeah.
But no, I was definitely grateful for the opportunity.
Yeah, and then you call and you told me you wanted to do some other stuff, and we wrote something for us to do, which is still something that we're going to do. Um, so you wanted to experience some more, but you did experience some more stuff in Omar's productions. What was that? What was that like?
That was cool because he saw me on the set when we were filming the first movie, and with my cooking with a gun posters on Instagram and Facebook, he saw that I was flexible in a role, able to come out of character, out of my normal character, and he offered me a couple roles, a couple of short films that he was working on. I'll be honest with you, man. COVID really threw everything off for everyone. When you got dreams and
Yeah,
aspirations, when you just got
right.
goals that you're working on, and all of a sudden here comes a pandemic that technically we're still dealing with. What is it,
Yeah,
18 months later, 20 months later? So
right.
but it gave me some time to think about what I want to do, how I want to go about it. Me, like Sean said, me and you were working on some things that we were going to go on. And then, also not even COVID, but just life changing events. Sometimes we have no control over things. They always say, you want to make God laugh, tell him you got a plan because
Right.
he has the ultimate plan,
Right.
you know.
Yeah, and I totally I totally was on that side of trying to roll with things and do things that I had. So I'm pretty sure he chuckled with my situation. But right, you decided to jump and do cooking with the gun, and you wanted to put some of those out. You put some of those out on your own, and then we talked about some and did some together, or one together, or a couple together. And so, tell me about how that came about, the cooking with the gun.
Well, I was home for about 8 months with the whole pandemic, and we were stuck in the house. And I've always had ideas of cooking different things, putting twists on different dishes and stuff like that. So finding myself at home cooking almost every day because we wasn't going out to restaurants and we wasn't going out through drive-throughs and stuff like that. You sort of had to prepare 3 square meals a day. So,
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
so I put a twist on a lot of them. whatever I was cooking, whether it was breakfast, I'd make breakfast burritos and stuff. If it was lunch, it was just a turkey burger, but no, I put a twist on it and add some ingredients and stuff, and I fried broccoli one day, came out perfect, right? I made a pork
Well, of course it
shoulder.
did. Of course it came out perfect.
Oh well, yeah, right. Yeah, the chef is it's always gonna come out perfect with the chef. I don't care what you think about when he say it's perfect, okay? But no,
Right.
that's how cooking with a gun came together. Just me cooking every day and just experimenting on some things. And when I started posting it, I was getting a lot of likes and loves, and people were viewing it over and over again. It's funny. I put a little, at the end of every segment, I would say, "So this is cooking with a gun, bomb bomb," and it just went off. People were like hitting me back, bomb bomb.
Right, right.
So it was cool. It was cool experience.
Well, that's cool because is that's something that's going to happen in the future? Is it Cooking with the Gun going to be coming up in the future with some newer episodes?
Yeah, I'm actually back to work full time, so my schedule doesn't allow me to do as much as when I was home. But
Right, right.
when there's times when I do cook, like a Sunday dinner or something, or like during the summer, I throw some stuff on the grill. From time to time, I would post some stuff up. With the holidays coming, I'm expecting to do a couple pieces, for Thanksgiving and Christmas. I also like to bake, so baking some cakes and some pies and things like that. I
Okay.
mean, eventually, I would like to branch off. I mean, maybe start a food truck or eventually get a restaurant, things like that.
Right,
Who knows?
right.
Sky's the limit. All things are possible through God. So as long as I keep Him first in my life, I'm sure I'm going to succeed in anything that I try.
Right, and we in the second half of the show we get into the romantic part and we get into the love stuff. And you've been married for how long now, Fernita? And Fernita is also a Shaw U alum. How long have you been married?
We've been married for 16 years, but we've actually been together for 28 years. So you do the math, okay?
Nah, I'm not even. That's math. I'll leave alone. No. Okay,
Yeah.
we'll
But
get into
no,
that. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry if you want to talk about it really
no, no,
quickly.
no, no. Oh no, no. We got a whole second half of the show to talk about. This is my time to shine. So let me shine, because then when you can't leave the wife out when you're talking about marriage. So
Right, right. Because I wanted to talk to you. We got that coming, and she's known as a show, definitely a show a bearette. Talk about the process, man, the whole acting thing, because you did your own show, you did the movie, you did some other projects, and you told me privately that you wanted to get into the acting stuff. Talk about some of the like what got you into what got your fire burning on that.
well, like I said, definitely the set of the movie really sparked the flame, and just knowing that I can expand on something that I always like to do. Just and whether it could be a small setting, just me acting out, cracking jokes on people, just being that put that extra punchline on things. And I've always done that. I'm a very humorous person. Um, I like to keep the situation as light as possible. When it's getting too heavy, too thick, I would insert a joke right away. It's so
Right,
funny
right.
because my wife says, "You ain't no comedian," and I'm like, "I know I'm not a comedian, but I'm trying to look something here." She's like, "No, because you got to write material. You will get on stage and just crack jokes on people."
Believe
Now
it,
you know that
believe it.
work.
Yeah, believe it or not, some people get on stage and they go off of whatever, but
Mhm.
I'm a different style. I write,
Right.
but sometimes I go off the top of the head. So if you go off you never know what that stage is going to bring or what that situation is going to bring out. So you could be
Yeah.
one of those.
And it's funny, Sean. It only takes that one heckler to get you started. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because he's trying to shine on your time. So
Yes.
you got to
Yes.
shut him down right away, and then it just goes on from there. So I mean, if I had to write jokes, of course I can write jokes. I can watch CNN and get a joke every night, because
Right.
America's a joke right now. If you really think about it,
There's a lot. There's a lot going
So
on. There's a lot going on. There's a in the situation. even my situation, you can pull jokes out of it, being in certain places at certain times, and you got to laugh. Now, going way back, I'm sure you remember stuff at Shaw that you cracked on and you cracked jokes about daily, uh, which might some of them still
Oh
might
yeah.
be in joke format for today. But moving forward, maybe not doing a stand up. Would you like to be in more movies, more television, more however or whatever's?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, whatever outlet that's available for me, I'm going to definitely take advantage of. Like I said, in the beginning, I thought about doing commercials and do overs and stuff like that. I do the silliest things in my house when no one's watching. So can you imagine if I was just to go and audition for a commercial or for a movie or a comedy or something, and just do the same things? And it's crazy because my wife always says, I gotta have the camera ready for you because you will bust out in a dance in something right away. Somebody rang my bell one day. I put her robe on and her bonnet on my head and went downstairs to the front door. And but it was her girlfriend. And she was surprised to see me come down with her stuff on, you
Right,
know.
right.
So, but yeah, it's just it's just putting a smile on people's faces, doing crazy stuff. Even when I'm in my group sessions, I'm cracking jokes all the time with my clients and stuff. Because
Right.
guess what? They had a rough day. They're dealing with an addiction, and sometimes it's good to smile and laugh and just take the edge off.
Right. Yeah, and it is. Sometimes it is. You who you telling? You know what I mean? Okay.
Right.
So you had this. You got this movie under your belt now. You've got some of these episodes of Cooking with the Gun under your belt. You've done some side projects. You want to do some more. You got some other stuff. We have some stuff lined up. Um, have you who are some of your favorites? I could usually save that for the lucky sevens, but I don't know who are some of the people that you looked at and said, "Wow, you know what? I'd love to be that or do that what that dude does or what that female does."
Right. Well, as far as like actors, I would say, I'm a little older, so I'm from the eras of like the Wayman brothers, in the color. Um,
Right. Okay. The
I
Wayans.
like
Uh huh. Yep.
these. Yeah, Kevin Hart definitely shot to stardom like really quick, which was a great thing for him, and he's on top of his game right now, right? But also, I like to see the up and coming actors. I was watching a show the other night. It's called Uninterrupted. It comes on Showtime, and it was a young lady on there. She stars in Insecure. I didn't get her name though, but she said she started
Okay.
off as a comedian.
Okay.
She just talked about she could have a show and she can bomb one night, and she knows she's got to wake up the next morning because she's flying to another city, and she can't worry
Right.
about last night. She got to move
Right.
forward.
Right.
So
Right.
but yeah, there's a guy out right here right now. His name is Major Hype, and I know he's on Instagram, and
Yes, I
he
know. I
does
know of
these
him. Hmm.
he does these different Caribbean accents and like even like Chinese accents and stuff like that. But I mean, he's sharp as a nail when it comes to the different accents that he does and the performances that he does. And he just started off doing it like I was cooking with a gun on Facebook, on
Yeah. Yeah.
Instagram,
I,
and now
I
he's
actually
got
know who he. I know Major Hype. I've seen some of his stuff. He's got his own page. I'm a
mhm,
fan of his page, and he does a lot of the
right,
Caribbean accents and dialects. And he just runs and just seems like he just
yep,
jumps into them with no problem. And now he's become a major
no
star.
problem.
He's opened up a restaurant out in Brooklyn. He travels the world, does these
Okay,
shows. He brings in some of the American comedians, some of his brethren, people that he brings in, and that's how you. That's he's a you will put an Instagram star, someone who got famous off of the gram, um, but that a lot of us
right.
got famous doing it in different times and different outlets.
Yeah, yeah. And I think and we're in the era of social media. So why not
Right.
allow social media to work for you? You know,
Sure.
you talk about Richard Pryor or these you call it what is like the chitlin circuit or something where you
Right.
went from
Right.
town to town in the South trying to push your comedy or trying to perform. That era you had to work that route. But social media now, everything is exposed right away. You can be a blogger. You could just make a comment on somebody's post, and the next
Right.
thing you know, it's taken off from there.
Yeah, and that situation is what it is. You got to use the internet for what it is. That's why when we were running through the pandemic, and then that whole year we had to stay in, we had to stay away. People were
Hmm.
using the social media and using everything to stay out there. And then when things open back up, you just jump right back out into doing things. And right now, there's a lot of success. Wild and Out is a show that I love on MTV, on BET, whatever it is. Um, who use a lot of cats that you may not know of. These cats came off of the circuit, off of the Instagram circuit, off of, you know what I mean. A lot of those scenarios.
Yeah,
So it's a moving with the times. Is really what it is. It's moving
it
with the
is.
times. All right. So right
And
now, go
if
ahead.
I
I'm
could
sorry.
just make another comment, Sean, just on that topic we was talking about. Shout out to
Yeah.
my
Go ahead.
nephew Anthony Marshall, the founder of the Lyricist Lounge. He actually had a show on BET way back in the day called the Lyricist Lounge Show. He
I
started off
remember
with
that
just
show.
allowing unsigned rappers. Right. He started off with unsigned rappers, a venue for them to come and hone their skills, and maybe people could get signed. And the Lyricist Lounge show technically was one of the first shows that Diana Ross's daughter was on. Mos Def, I'm sure you're familiar with him,
Right.
you
Right.
know,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and that show was on for about 4 or 5 years. And that was just a spin-off of what he did for unsigned MCs, man. And it's possible. If you got an idea, you push your idea forward, man. It's gonna definitely take off.
Yeah, and it's some of it can be new, but some of it's if it's not new and it's got a different spin on it, then hey, that's what the world is about. You know what I mean? Putting certain things out there, and how whoever
Yep.
catches fire, and that's what it really is. Right, really quickly, I want you to give them where they can get in touch with you if someone's
Yeah.
trying to become or they have an idea for a recipe or something on that level, or they want to get in touch with you, where they can reach you at.
Okay, so I'm on Instagram at El Dorado, ELDORADO 725. And on Facebook, I'm just at Lyndon Gunning. So yeah, you can hit me up, you can DM me, and I'm always willing to listen. I'm always willing to try to new things out. I'm always willing to, collaborate with somebody on something. I even put up on my post, chef for hire. Let me cook for you. So even if go on my page and you see some stuff that you
Right.
like or you need some catering done, let's get it on, because the sky's the limit.
Yeah, and that's fantastic. I've seen this show you sent me. We were actually the first episode, and I seen you do some cooking and you do some really nice stuff. And you got Fernita in on it. Obviously, her name has to get put in on it because she films what you're doing, and then record some of that stuff. And that's a
Yeah,
great partnership. You know, you do those things together, and that's a wonderful scenario. So you've done
that's a
on
nice way to put it, Sean. You
what was
you
that?
you put it very nicely. I You said, she's part of it and she tapes and she films or whatever. You said it so gracefully. Look, man, she be in my business, okay? I be trying to do my thing, and my wife of 28 years be in my business.
Well,
And if she
listen,
was
man.
home tonight, she'd be all on my back trying to shine and stuff.
Okay, all right. Well, and you tell her that. Yeah, you say that's why you said it because she's not there. But it's all wonderful, and it's good to have a
Right.
partner when you're doing these things. All right. Well, listen,
Mhm.
man. Well, yeah, you might need to take a drink after that one.
I do because
Um,
I don't know. I'm gonna tell her not to watch this segment right here because she'll be all up on me if she heard what I just said. So
yeah,
I can't tell her that.
it is what it is. It is what it is.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
All
nothing but
right.
love.
Well, yeah, it's all love, man, and it's good to have a partner who you can trust, who you love, who knows you, who trusts you, who loves you, and does so much with you that you make that successful and you have fun doing it. Because I've seen some of the episodes that she's been a part of, so it's been fantastic.
That's
All
right.
right, so what we're gonna do, man? We're gonna take a short commercial break and come back with more. We're gonna come back with the love stuff, you know. so that you can discuss some of that stuff with us, and then we can talk more about your marriage, and we can talk more about that scenario and what you feel about love and what you feel about romance. Is that cool?
That's great, man. I'm ready to go.
All right, brother. Well, you just sit back, relax, take a breather for about 2.5 minutes, and we'll be right back with more After Dark with Shawn Cornelius and my man Lyndon Gunning. And I am Shawn Cornelius, the romantic funny man, and enjoy these short breaks.
Hey, it's Bethany Brown. I played Null or Janet Petty in The Flash. Shawn Cornelius, your new movement, Enough is Enough? Phenomenal. Man, everybody let your voice be heard and go support Shawn's campaign, Enough is Enough. It's time. Bye. As I walk through
This is Terrence Weatherspoon reporting live for the No News Network. This coronavirus is going to make me kill somebody. Why? Who left this in the damn refrigerator? Terrence Weatherspoon reporting live for the No News Network.
You know, sometimes life can really get you down, but it seems like your world is closing in on you, from school and friends and your job and your community, and you just feel like you have no way out. But I'm here to let you know that you do. So please, we all go through things, everybody in life. So if you feel like you can't make it and you can't do another day, please reach out and talk to someone. Talk to a family member, talk to a friend, talk to a counselor. Find someone that you can talk to. Pick up your phone and call your local suicide prevention hotline if you feel like you don't want to go on. Because I'm here to let you know that you are loved by someone, and everyone has dark days. I'm Mocha Black, and I care.
Hi, this is actor-writer Vince Edgill, and you're watching After Dark with Shawn Cornelius.
All right, what's going down? Welcome back to the show, After Dark with Shawn Cornelius, and my guest actor, Lyndon Gunning, my college classmate. We are having a good time. You all right, brother?
Yes, I am great. I'm great.
All right. All right, good. you, look, you look like you went and you got a sip or you
What is
something's
so
going
funny?
on. Yeah, you just it's just a relaxing show, man. Loosen up.
Is my eyes a little dreamy or something? I mean, I
You
got a
look kind
bottle
of
of
tight.
Hennessy in the back here, but I didn't hit it though. I didn't hit it.
You
No,
look
I'm
kind
good.
of
I'm good.
tight,
I'm good.
man.
I'm good.
Okay, we're good
Somebody
to go.
told my
Let's go.
wife. Somebody told my wife about this interview, so I had to go plead the fifth back there.
No, it's all good, man. Let's go ahead and knock out the second half and we'll be good to go. I need you to give me those words, though. I need you to give me the words of an actor, abracadabra.
Abracadabra. Bum bum.
Ah, you see what you did? You see what you did to the screen? It's fantastic. Fantastic. All right, man. You're in the love zone now. You're in the love zone. So we're gonna talk about love and find out your conversation about certain things and your wife, and we're gonna talk about that. But let's find out what you feel about the words love and romance first. Give us your definition of love. What is your definition of love?
One word, unconditional. When you say you love
Oh,
somebody, you love them unconditionally. There should be no limitations, no conditions, no compromising. It's all about unconditional love.
okay, okay, that works for me. Love, unconditional. That works out. Give me your definition for romance. What is your definition for the word romance?
Romance, being spontaneous, allowing someone to always be surprised with the littlest things like a kiss on the back of the neck, to the biggest things, you come home on a Friday and you tell them, pack your bags, we're going away for the weekend. She doesn't have to know where we're going and what you got planned, but just being spontaneous.
Okay, I got you. Unconditional and spontaneous jumps out at me from those. And is that what's kept your marriage together for, or how long have you been married?
Been married for 16 years, but like I said, been together for 28
Okay, and is that
total.
what's kept, what is
28
that
years
what's
total.
kept you together that long and knowing these things? Because obviously there's more to it, but those, what are the foundation? What's the foundation of your love and your romance?
Just anticipating things that your partner wants or needs. She had a bad day, you come home and she doesn't even have to tell you about it, but you can see that she's on edge a little bit or something's not right. And, my wife always tells me it's the simplest things like her seeing me walk in a room that puts a smile on her face, or my touch,
Hmm.
soothes her and
Hmm.
allows her to sleep at night and things like that. So, it's the little things that mean the most.
Right, right. Okay, so in saying that, which is a beautiful thing to say, give me an example of a date that you would go out with on your wife, or yeah, an example of a date. It could be something that happened for real, or it could be a fantasy situation.
Right. Well, I mean, it could be what I've done in the past is, make reservations or come up with an idea, something that we want to do, and just come home and tell her, okay, honey, let's get dressed and go. I got something planned tonight. One year on our anniversary, she told me because what we do is we take turns planning anniversaries and like major life events and things. So one year was my year to plan it, and I just told her to pack a bag for the weekend. And we got in the car and we just started driving. And she was like, okay, well, you're not going towards New York, so we ain't going to New York. So I have a turnpike south, and I'm like, okay. She's like, oh, maybe we're going to Atlantic City, past Atlantic City. We're not going there.
Right,
Thought we were
right,
going into Philly. No, we're not going into Philly. Make a long story short, we ended up at the harbor down in Maryland. And I had made the reservations at the Harbor Hotel.
right.
The
Familiar.
Gaylord actually is what it was called. And yeah, and we just spent the weekend in Maryland. She had a close cousin that lives in the DC area. So what we did was we called him and his wife, and they came up on Saturday, spent the day with us. But it was just all planned on my part. She had no idea what we was doing, what we had planned. You know, so it's
Right,
like little things like that where the spontaneity comes into play. You don't need to know everything. You just need to know you need to be present,
right,
and let
right,
everything else fall into place.
right. And that's a beautiful situation. It's a beautiful thing the way it rolls.
Right.
Okay, all right. Well, give me something. All right, let's just say that you're walking down the street, right? And you kicking this
Hmm.
can, and all of a sudden the genie pops out, and the genie's me. And I only got one wish. I'm working on my three, but I got one wish. You got one wish with love has to be involved with it. What is your wish?
Oh, wow. Okay, you just tripped me up. One wish that involves that
Yeah.
involves love. Uh, my one wish would be for me and my wife. Does it have like something for both of us, or is it something more for me as far as in
Well,
love?
it could be anything. You know, it could be anything. So whatever you choose to do with love.
Okay, so I would wish that you would whisk us off to a private island, have the hotel waiting, and a private chef for the weekend. And we're just able to get away, turn off our phones, and spend time together and get to know each other more. But like I said, it's a private island, so we're not running into people. We're not waiting online for dinner. we can come and go as we please. You know what I'm saying? If we want to get bucket naked, that we can walk around. I hope the chef is okay with it.
Right, right. That works. That works out. Okay, so where's your?
Exactly.
And obviously, what is your favorite place for love? Because if you want to get bucket naked, where's your favorite place for love? Now, love can be the physical, or it could be the not physical. So, what's your
Right.
favorite place for love?
In our home, just on the couch, us holding on to each other, hugging on, you know. My wife always tells me I gave the ultimate foot rubs. So just rubbing her feet, giving her a massage or whatever. But it's the fact that we're together, there's no distraction, and we're able to connect for however long we need to be there, hour or two, whatever. It's just the connection that we have. So, if we're out in public, just still in a kiss, still in a hug,
Right,
when
right,
nobody's looking. You
right.
little simple things like that.
Well, that works. That works. What is your well? So then, what makes you unique? What makes you so unique? Then, in your sense, everybody has a uniqueness about them, or something that makes them unique. What makes you unique?
My sense of humor. I'm constantly wanting to put a smile on my wife's face or making a situation that could be heavy and thick as light as possible. So my uniqueness is my sense of humor because I believe everybody's got to have that one moment when they have a smile and they're just able to check out of whatever was going on in life with them.
Right, right. Okay. All right. Well, give me three things that are positive about men that your wife enjoys. Three things that are positive could be about you, but three things that are positive about men that she enjoys. So let's just use her and say what are three things about you that your wife enjoys.
Okay. My cooking, for one.
Okay.
Uh, my sense of humor. I keep her laughing, and she loves to laugh, loves to smile. My style of dress. When it's time for us to get dressed up and go out, it's a concert,
Okay.
out to dinner, or like an event. So my style of dressing. Um, I
Well,
would
that's three. That's
say
three. Unless you
my
want to add another one.
that's it. Yes, my kindness. I'm a very kind person.
Okay.
If I see someone on the street that's in need of something, or just anyone in need of something, if you're in my circle, I will go above and beyond to make sure that everything is okay with you.
All right. You're a
So
good
I'm a
guy,
very kind
basically.
person. Yeah, basically,
Okay.
yes.
And what are the three things? Give me three things that you like about her, that you love about your wife.
Okay, I want to apologize. I could have sworn you said five things, but you're saying it's three.
No,
So,
yes,
so
it's
that was
just
a
three.
genius.
It's
That fourth one just now.
yeah, it was.
um,
You just trying to tell me five, so it can help you out. But it's three.
yeah, I saw the way you was like, okay, hold up now. That was three. So you want one more? You want one more?
Exactly,
But
exactly. So,
okay, three things about my wife. Three things about my wife. I would say, she's very loving.
okay,
Very loving and endearing. She loves intimate moments. She loves she always wants to express her love. So yes, she's a loving individual. That's one. Um, Also, she's a leader. Okay, she takes control of situations, especially in her role of her employment. She's a leader. She's not a follower. She doesn't like chaos. She likes to step up
right,
and organize things.
cool.
And I would say also her style. She's very stylish. She doesn't um she doesn't take any shortcuts when it comes to her appearance. I tell her all the time. She pops a new tag every morning that she goes to work, gets dressed for work, and the
Right.
cleaners. Listen to this though. She pops a tag in the morning, and the cleaners is cold storage for her clothes. Okay, she'll put stuff in the cleaners and forget about
You're right.
it. So, but that's all part of her. That's all part of her style. She, very
Okay.
stylish. She puts together some great outfits, and she always looks really well.
Okay. Yeah. And I know her. I know her well, and she does. She does make sure that she's looking well on that level. Um, Give me 5 things about the world. 5 things about the world that make you feel good. 5 things about the world that make you feel good.
Okay. Well, one I would say is when there's a major, like a natural disaster in a country or anywhere in the world, how people come together to show their generosity and help people that are in need.
Right.
So
Right.
that's one. Two, I would say, that you turn me up on this, and you want five? Why couldn't it
Yeah.
be
That's
three
that's
like the
that,
last
that's
one?
that's a good one because you seemed like you was ready to throw something out there at me. So I was like, let's go with it.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, one the way natural disasters people come together. Two, the way you can go to any country, and even if you don't speak the language, the universal language is love, and
Okay.
you
All right.
will. If
That
people are
that sounds
genuine, you
good.
will experience that. So okay, two, three. Um, Prior to the pandemic, I mean, you're able to travel wherever you want to travel in the world and experience things. I
Right.
have a
Right.
bucket list of places
Right.
that I want to go. So, being able to just travel. I mean, I know the pandemic slowed that all up. I think the borders are starting to open up right now.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
I got family. I got family in Cuba that I haven't seen in the last couple of years. I've been there 4 times because of my family being from there, my mother. So, number four, uh, the U.S. as a country has an open door policy to allow people from other countries or in the world to come to America and be able to work for the American dream.
Right.
Because people come from different countries with nothing, and if they work hard and they're honest, they will achieve a lot in life.
Okay.
So that's four.
Yeah.
And
One
no,
more,
I'm gonna
brother.
throw number
One more.
five though.
One
Don't
more.
let me try
One more.
that. Okay, okay. And then five will be if you have an open mind, you can go to any place in the world and be able to experience life the way they live in that country.
Right.
Because when I travel, I like to go where the natives are. I don't want to be on the resort. I want to go into town and see how people live and be able to meet people and just talk to them. Now I know you can't
Sure.
do that in all countries because depending on where you go, they'd be calling your family looking for a ransom check. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right. Yeah.
But
Right. Right.
but just being able to get out and experience how the natives live and the way they live their life. I like doing that a lot.
Okay. All right. Well, I got one for you. One to 10, which it could be more. It could be 1,000. Where would you put yourself on the love scale from 1 to 10? But if it goes past 10 and you have another number, that's fine. That's fine with me. So you could just throw that out there. Where would you put? Where does Lyndon Gunning put himself on the love scale?
Oh man, I would say a seven, and the reason why I say a seven is because I'm very focused and dedicated to whatever I'm involved with. So
Hmm.
when I'm home or when I'm working, I tend to lock in on what's my responsibilities. And my wife has to get me out of my comfort zone to like another country, another island. I have to put up my phone, can check my emails to be able to express my love. So
Right.
I have love for her. My home's full of love, but I'm very focused. I'm very dedicated, and I'm very dependable. And it's a strength, but it can also be a weakness at some point for me also.
Right. Right. You're giving some really good answers. And I know you if I didn't know you, I would think that okay, this guy studied for this show, and he didn't study for the show. But I know you as a person, and not on the show. So I know that these are real answers and things that you've experienced in life. What would you tell folks about being married? What would you tell them that are having problems? And you have your issues too. I'm sure. But what would you tell them to be able to maintain and hold on to that marriage? I was married before, and I was divorced, and I'm divorced. So, what would you say to someone?
Well, I was told by someone a long time ago, it takes two to argue.
Hmm.
So if you don't want to argue with your spouse or your mate, and they're coming at you, don't meet them with the same negative energy. You got to reverse it. Give them more positive energy. Okay, but it takes two to argue. So if they are coming at you, you don't necessarily have to respond. And if you do respond, you respond in a positive way. So I can also say the old cliche, happy wife, happy life. You know, I tend to give my wife whatever she wants. So even if I gotta get it the ski mask way, you know what I'm saying? No, I'm not a stick up kid. Not a stick up kid. But no, happy wife, happy life, you know, and just always showing compassion in the relationship.
Sounds good, man. I
And you
like
didn't even give
having
me a number. You just said you gave me an ad.
Nah,
Yeah.
there was no number on that one. That was just basically just a conversation piece to throw out to somebody who might be sitting out
Hmm.
there, and so the number is as long as they got the message is real. It's there for them.
Right.
All right. So what we're gonna do is, we got about 5 minutes left of the show, and I wanted to play this game really quickly, and if we have time at the end, then we can do, our piece of conversation. But it's called favorites, and basically what you'll do is you'll just give me your favorite, and since we have time, you can tell me why. And but we end this thing. But this has been such a great conversation, very laid back and relaxed. I want your favorite seven, and I might throw in a couple of other things in there. So, are you ready?
Yes. I don't know what to expect, but I'm ready.
All right, here we go. Your favorite food?
My favorite food. Well, I'm West
Yes.
Indian, so West Indian food, rice and peas, jerk chicken, jerk pork, things like that.
Okay. Your favorite book?
Oh, I'm reading a book right now called The Samson Syndrome, and I definitely recommend men to read that book because it talks about the different faults of men and how we don't fall. If you read the book, it'll give you education on not to fall to these faults that we tend to have.
Okay. Say the name of the book again.
Yes, it's called the Samson, like Samson and Delilah from the Bible.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
called the Samson Syndrome.
All right. All right. Sounds good. Your favorite movie all time?
Ooh, favorite movie all time. The
All
Godfather,
time favorite? Godfather.
parts
Okay.
one, two, and three.
That's
Yeah.
more than one movie, but we'll go with
Oh
it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so part one. Okay,
Yeah,
you're
it
so
works. One, two, and
you're so cynical,
so.
Sean. I mean, come on, guys.
No, I was gonna give you your, A, B, and C, so it's fine. You rock and roll. All right, your favorite flower.
Oh, my favorite flower.
Favorite flower.
Um, it's the okay. I was gonna name my mother's favorite flower, but for some reason I'm drawing a blank on the name of it. So I'm gonna say a rose, but not a red rose. It's more of a lavender color rose. It has a special name for it. But yes, a lavender color rose is very pretty, very distinctive, and it means a lot. Look it up. I'm drawing a blank right now is what it means, but believe me, it's a nice flower, nice color flower, everything.
Okay. And I know you do this. Your favorite drink, whether it's alcoholic or non-alcoholic.
Okay. Well, alcoholic, I would say coconut Ciroc, but I'm not a big drinker, so that's just like on occasion. My non-alcoholic drink, my go-to is water because we always need water in our system. It has hydrogen and oxygen, H2O.
Right,
We
right.
always need it for our body to be healthy. That's my go-to.
Okay. All right. Favorite car. Yeah, but what's over your
Favorite
shoulder?
car.
What's over your shoulder?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Yeah, see, what are you talking about, Sean?
Yeah, right, exactly.
um, my favorite car. Um, I'm not big on cars. I mean, as long as it gets me from point A to point B, I'm good.
Right.
I mean, if I was a millionaire and I had a choice of whatever I wanted, I would
Sure.
probably say a Rolls Royce
Okay.
because it's stylish and but it's also a conversation piece. You pull up anywhere in a Rolls Royce, people are gonna be looking at you like, "Who's that?"
Right.
Unfortunately,
Right.
the world that we live in, they're gonna be looking like, "What team we play for?" Because we
Exactly.
you know we
Exactly.
can't be successful without putting the ball in the hoop or something. But no, it's
Sure.
definitely a
Sure.
conversation piece when you pull up.
Okay. Favorite last one. Favorite sexual position. Favorite sexual position, whether it's on top, whether it's time of day, whether it's morning, whether it's evening. You give us something.
Oh Lord, Jesus, help me, Jesus.
Well, we're running out of time, which is good too. So you can say it and be gone.
Okay, all right. Favorite position, I would say. I don't think it has a name. You want me to come with one that actually has a name, like
Come with it. Yeah.
missionary or
Yeah.
backside
Yeah.
or
You got to
whatever?
throw it out there.
Um, uh, wow. I have a favorite position. It just doesn't have a name, so I'm gonna call it the bum bum.
Hey man, that one works for me, and I take you out of off of the love zone on that one. Lyndon Gunn, man, thank you so much for joining me, brother. I appreciate you, and you know I got so much love for you. Thank you very much. We're running out of time here, so come back again anytime.
Thank you for Sean. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. It was a great conversation, and I'm looking forward to 2022. We got big things in store for everyone out there.
You got it. All right, man. So as I always say in parting, please go with God in your heart. Have a peace of mind. Have a wonderful, wonderful tomorrow. Wear your mask. And for Sean and his mom and his dad who are watching over us, who are the angels for now, God bless you all. Continue success in
Amen.
life. And Lyndon, thank you so much. And I love you, brother. I'll catch you again on After Dark with Shawn Cornelius.
Love you too, man. Take care.